Where will we go? Riding in the fast lane. Where will we go? Driving fast cars and Harley Davidson.
Hey, welcome back everyone, back to Jimbo Part 4. And before we can get the show started, I want to do a few shout outs to the right people. First off, I want to do a huge shout out to Crystal for helping me out with my brand new opener. So everybody please give her a round of applause for the brand new opening that she actually helped me with right there. She's actually a songwriter and also a singer. And the only thing she ever asks in return is definitely check out her TikTok. So I'm going to leave that description down here below. So you might want to check that out. She's a, like I say, singer, also dancer, and cooks on those videos. So that'll be a real delight for you right there. On top of that, we also are doing this with my brand new phone on my iPhone Max. It gives a wide lens. Does it help with the show? No, not really, but at least you can see it a lot more clear and point out the flaws that I keep pointing out all the time. On top of everything, we're standing behind the 2020 Kia Soul right here. Now this is just the base model of it, but this is not the bottom of the base because there's the manual, and this one here has the CVT transmission. There's also the S model, and also the GT line, the X line, also the EX, also the GT line turbo, and they all range from $17,000 all the way to $27,000. And the horsepower on this one right here is 147 horsepower right behind me. With the top of the line, you can get it has the 204 horsepower on it. Now we will be going over what CVT transmission is. It's something quite new into the modern world of technology of cars. And some of you motorheads already would know what it is. For others, this would be a good education for you and where it all began at, the whole thing. So for now, let's go ahead and let's go over this new 2020 Kia Soul. I traded in my 2009 Dodge Journey RT for this right here. And why would I do something like that? Well, this is for my wife, and she quite loves it. And to be all honest, I do stand behind the Kia products. I've also had in the previous past, they had the Optimus and a few others. So I have nothing against the Kias at all. Since South Korean vehicles, they seem to be dominating on to the front of these, and with the new compact vehicles, it has actually outdone Hondas and things like that over the years. With these Kia Souls right here, because it was so out of unusual, they were back in 2010. They were selling these kind of vehicles 3-to-1 to a Honda Accord. So because no one has ever seen anything like this, everybody was on the bandwagon to actually get it. But with these new 2020 right here, it has a new upgraded facelift, better horsepower, and everything for it. So let me take you a tour about everything on it. So on the very front end of this vehicle, as you can tell right off the rip, it definitely has the upgraded grille on here. It has it much wider and everything. If you get the GT line on here, they actually, if you look on it, it actually looks like it has like little Y's on here. So maybe it's just asking the question, why are you putting such a large grille on me? On top of that, these are your headlights, and actually you would think that the top one is actually more of your functional headlights and the bottom ones is your fog lights, which is actually incorrect. Your bottom right down there is actually your halogen headlights, and these are just more of your marker up lights. Not made much sense to me either, but that's just what they've done. One of the things I can definitely vouch for is late at night, when it's on a foggy night, with the headlights being a little bit lower, definitely helps quite easy when you can just drive through the night with it. With today's Kia Souls, not only did they redevelop the very front end of the vehicles, they also redeveloped the back end also with the tail lights. With most compact vehicles, they're always pretty much square, or they're going to be round looking. With these, they actually illuminate something a little bit more exotic looking to it. They have illumination from the lights from here all the way up to here, and then also their tail light. I want to show you a picture of it, what it looks like at nighttime. It's actually something very unique, and actually I like it. Another thing I like about it is that it actually has a well hidden actual backup camera, so you don't have that piece is sticking out from anywhere that you would never unusually not see inside of the vehicle. The other thing I like about this vehicle right here is what they call float effect. The float effect is something that is just not attached to anything. Now this piece right here is one of the prime examples of what they call float effect, and also from the roof itself, it doesn't look like it's attached to any of the pieces also. They have, sorry about that with my points everybody, but I want to show you the inside of this vehicle and show you how much room you actually get with a compact little vehicle when it comes to like cars or anything like that. I'm still trying to figure out what edition they really classify this as more of a compact car or just that mini SUV. The Kia Soul that you see with the trunk actually lifted open, I want to show you the actual inside of it. As you see with one of the seats already laying down to demonstrate to seeing how much room you actually really have, you can see that the fact that this trunk actually has quite a bit of room in the very back of it. Most compact vehicles, when you lay down a seat, you still have the bars or something like that actually stopping you from actual putting anything even bigger in there. It looks like you can almost probably stick probably a washer, dryer, maybe possibly both. This piece right here that I have my hand on is an additional piece that me and my wife had to go out and purchase for this. We had to pay $160 from the dealership because they don't come standard with these on the base model. Now, I'm pretty sure on the most upgraded versions like the GT models and something above it, then yes, it probably does have that piece on there. So I was a little disappointed the fact we had to buy this purchase, but I'm kind of glad I actually did, because it has that nice actual flatness to the whole vehicle where you don't have that unique divot on the inside of it. And plus it gives you another additional hidden space of it, so you can actually add anything from like jumper cables or something small that you want to keep well hidden away from people's visual eye from it. Now with the new Kia Souls right in here, this is actually, like I said before, this is the actual base model on here. And actually you still have the touchscreen display. You have pretty much everything you would probably need for just a basic of cars. I do love everything about this vehicle so far. The comfortability of these seats is actually quite nice. I love how it actually wraps around you. Now actually right over here, now the newer upgraded version where you always see the happy little hamsters where they're jamming it out, it actually illuminates late at night, but you can only see it really dark. But this one here doesn't have that illuminating light in it, but not gonna make the car any better, but at least it would be something like a party machine just driving down the road. This does have, like I said, it does have the CVT transmission, and we're going to talk about that now. The CVT transmission is actually a belt-driven single speed on here. They wanted to come up with something that helps out a fuel economy on these vehicles, which this vehicle right here does about 27 ever in the city and does 33 on the highway. So that basically averages out about 30 miles to the gallon. On a 13-gallon tank, it actually goes quite far, and it seems to be saving you quite a bit of gasoline and everything else. Another thing I like about this vehicle, it has the same thing, just like it would be for like it was like a hybrid, where if you press down on the brake, it actually stalls the engine out for the moment temporarily to save you gas. Now, some people frown upon this, but for me, I think it's quite a genius idea if you think about it. You're not wasting as much gas, and you don't have nothing to worry about it. One of the crazy features I love about this car right here, I will show you now as we start the vehicle. it's like if it's scanning over the whole vehicle, and it's actually quite amazing how this actually does that. Now, it's just about basic as it comes with it. It does have your actual backup camera, which is actually quite good on here, as you can see. The backup camera is actually quite well, and you can turn the direction of your vehicle, and it will actually illuminate the lining of where the vehicle is going to go. On top of that is just your basic heating and climate control. And the nice thing about this vehicle is that this is Apple friendly ready. So all you got to do is plug in your wire right here and just hook it to your phone, and you pretty much have everything you want. So you don't even have to worry about, if you're a Sirius fan like myself, at least you still have Sirius all the time. The one thing I love about this whole thing, it has lots of headroom on the whole vehicle, and extremely comfortable inside of it all the time. Now, the one thing I think is kind of cool is this kind of the plastic looking, scalish looking thing. Like I said before, the GT models, they actually light up like a Christmas tree. So, but on this base model, it doesn't do that, but it's not a big deal. I want a driving machine, not a party machine. Everything that you ever need to, on top of that, is all right there on the steering wheel. So if you ever need to talk to Sirius or anybody else, it will actually activate with you. See, I think my wife has it more activated with her right now, so it's not a big deal. It does have two different modes. It does have the regular mode, and also, if you look very closely, it also has the sport mode on there. So you could go either way with the sport mode. It has a little bit more torque to it, so it could be easily zip around through those city areas. Yes, it has right now, it's got currently 1,400 miles on this, and that's because I've been driving my job, and I drive quite a bit, and I've been enjoying it quite well, and so has my wife has been. So it's been very, very nice. I like the car. It's just beautiful. Now let me show you the back seat, and let me show you how much headroom and everything that you can get for the back seat. Now, right now, I'm about 5'9" in here. Well, 5'10"-ish. I guess it depends on how I stand upright. But I'm about an average height for anybody, and I have lots of headroom in here. I have the driver's seat exactly where I would drive the whole vehicle, and I have plenty of legroom also. The back seat is actually quite comfortable and everything else. The only thing is, kind of sucks back here, is the fact that it doesn't really have anything back here. It doesn't have a USB port or outlet or anything. So that means you have to rely on the people in the front to provide everything that you need. So they have these new cords where they almost reach over 10 feet. I don't think you'll need 10 feet back here, but at least you can guarantee you at least 4 people, well, technically 5, you could add 5 people back here, and they're going to be quite comfortable. Now, what is underneath the hood of this vehicle right here is the actual 2.0 in here, the 16 valve. It's got the CVT transmission. I keep repeatedly talking a lot about. I do like it very much, and I think it's quite hilarious how they have little stickers all over the place of do not put your hands anywhere near it. And I kind of wonder who's actually putting their hands near a fan blade, as you can see right here. And I have seen a couple of people that would like to put their hands on radiator caps when it's getting very hot. But what makes it so special about this engine right here, and probably, well, the actual whole vehicle, this has the 100,000 mile warranty vehicles. Now, some of you might say, hey, I got a 100,000 mile warranty also, bumper to bumper, also on my vehicle. Well, that's very true. But Rusty Wallace, at the dealership that I bought it from, gave me an additional 100,000 on the engine and transmission on the vehicle. So that makes that over 200,000 miles that I can pretty much just do whatever I want to on this engine and transmission. And I like to see other dealerships actually compare notes with that, with Kia. I think that's very amazing, and that makes people like me want to come back to you a lot more. So this is all the crazy features inside of it, on the inside and out. Yes, there is going to be some actual upgrades on it. For one, me and my wife is not actually a huge fan of the actual hubcap rims. Never was a fan of that, and they've been pretty much not looked good on a vehicle since the 1970s and 80s models. My wife is right now currently, she's picking out some brand new set of rims for her vehicle, and I'll let her pick out that one. And I'll definitely stand behind whatever she has to say about those. Also, we are planning on definitely doing tinted windows on this vehicle, so it has a little bit more of that black on black kind of look to it. I think it would look very sharply to it. I don't want to alternize anything else really much to it as far as the engine or anything like that, not right now. I don't want to jeopardize my warranty on it. I think it would be kind of amazing to actually put a turbo on that, but I guess we'll just have to wait after 200,000 miles to actually do anything crazy like that, or if we even do anything like that. But if you really like my show, definitely give me a like button. Share this with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button also. And also check out my Facebook and my Instagram. I'm going to leave that in the descriptions down below. So with that to say right there, please go ahead and drive safe or ride safe out there, boys. And y'all have a wonderful day.